The Proastiakos is the collective name for Greece's suburban services, which are run by TrainOSE, the country's only rail operator, on infrastructure owned by the Hellenic Railways organization. As of March 2016, there are 3 Proastiakos networks, servicing the country's 3 largest cities, Athens, Thessaloniki and Patras, providing them with commuter rail links towards the suburbs and also with regional services to other cities and towns. In Athens, the Proastiakos offers a direct connection between Athens International Airport and Kiato, in the Peloponnese. The service also connects the port of Piraeus with Halkida in Evia, through Athens Railway Station, which is more commonly called Stathmos Larisis. In Thessaloniki, there are 2 Proastiakos services. The first connects the city's new railway station with the city of Larissa, and the second links the city with Edessa. In July 2010, a new commuter rail service was launched in Patras, connecting the city with Rio. Photography and video taking is permitted across the whole Proastiakos network. However, very often the security personnel might create problems to photographers. Etymology: the term Proastiakos, which translates as suburban, is derived from the ancient Greek word prostion, pro plus asti, meaning before the city. However, the same brand name has also been used for some regional rail services. History: the concept of irregular and frequent suburban and commuter rail services was introduced in Greece in the 1990s. It became possible due to extra capacity becoming available through improvements to the existing lines and the construction of new ones. In the past, suburban services ran on very infrequent timetables and were not very popular. The construction of a new rail line between central Athens, its eastern suburbs and the new Athens International Airport was decided in 1992–1993. During the construction of Kiato motorway in the late 1990s, space was left between the main carriageways for the railway line, and after 2 years of construction, the line to Athens International Airport opened in 2004. The first suburban services between Athens and the airport were inaugurated using Stadler, GTW and Siemens Desiro DMU trains. On the 27th of September 2005, the new standard gauge rail line reached Corinth, terminating at a new station located at Examilia. This line today is served by Proastiakos suburban services, while initially Proastiakos trains stopped at Piraeus, Megra, Kiato and Agioi Theodoroi. On the 18th of July 2006, 3 new stations were added: Ano-Liosia, Aspropyrgos and Megula. On the 4th of June 2007, the line was extended from Athens to the port of Piraeus with 3 intermediate stations at Lefka, Rentis and Roof. This extension linked the airport with the port of Piraeus. On the 9th of July 2007, Proastiakos services reached the new station at Kiato. TrainOSE also runs Proastiakos commuter rail services between the cities of Thessaloniki and Larissa on the modernized and electrified main line. The service initially operated from Thessaloniki to Litochoro in 2007 and was extended to Larissa in 2008. In 2009, the brand name Proastiakos was also used for a short-lived regional service of 4 trains in each direction per day, connecting the cities of Xanthi, Komotini and Alexandroupolis in the region of Western Thrace. Proastiakos Athens. Proastiakos of Athens consists of 2 routes, one from Piraeus to Chalcis with a branch to Ano-Liosia, and one route from Kiato to the airport. Trains run from approximately 5 a.m. to midnight daily. There are 44 stations in total. The following table lists the routes and the stations for the Proastiakos network of Athens. Connections: the suburban railway connects with the other urban railways of Athens in the following stations. Piraeus. The suburban station is located close to the Metro Line 1 terminus. Athens Central P connection with Metro Line 2. Nerontsiotis P connection with Metro Line 1. Clarkenches P connection with Metro Line 3. Palioni shared station with Metro Line 3. Paianikansa shared station with Metro Line 3. Koropi shared station with Metro Line 3. Airport shared station with Metro Line 3. Proastiakos Thessaloniki. Proastiakos of Thessaloniki consists of two routes, one from Thessaloniki to Larissa and one from Thessaloniki to Edessa. Trains run from approximately 5 a.m. to midnight daily. The following table lists the routes and the stations for the Proastiakos network of Thessaloniki, Larissa and Florina is. Connections: the Proastiakos service towards Kiato also connects to the following long-distance and regional rail services. Achani. Passengers can transfer to the main line and regional rail service of Greece. Kiato. Passengers can transfer to TrainOSE bus services or to the meter gauge rail service to Patras. The Proastiakos service towards Larissa also connects to the following long-distance and regional rail services. Thessaloniki. Future connection to Thessaloniki Metro. Plati. Passengers can transfer to the regional rail service of Western Macedonia. Larissa. Passengers can transfer to the main line and regional rail service. Proastiakos Patras. Proastiakos of Patras consists of just one route from Athens Andreas station to the western suburb of Ios Vasilios, with a bus service from Castelicampos to the Patras University Hospital and the University of Patras campus. Trains run daily from 6:23 in the morning until 23:23 in the evening. The following table lists the routes and the stations for the Proastiakos line of Patras is rolling stock. Proastiakos uses rolling stock owned and maintained by OSE. Currently multiple units are used almost exclusively. Siemens Desiro 5-car electric multiple units are used for Ano Leosia Airport, Kiato and Thessaloniki Larissa services, while Stadler GTW-26 and MAN 2000 diesel 2-car multiple units are used for the Piraeus Ano Leosia and Patras Rio services. As these DMUs have limited passenger carrying capacity, 2 or 3 DMUs are coupled together when rolling stock availability allows it. Fares. Standard tickets, valid on all urban buses and trains, are also valid on Proastiakos trains between Piraeus, Ska, Koropi and Megula. Higher fares apply for travel to the airport between Megula and Kiato, and between Thessaloniki and Larissa. A one-way ticket from Piraeus or Athens to the airport costs €10 and a return ticket €18. Tickets must be validated on special ticket validation machines on the platform before boarding the train. Return tickets must be revalidated before boarding a return train. There are no ticket validation machines on the trains. Future plans. Addition of new routes and stations to Proastiakos services depends on the progress of a number of OSE infrastructure projects in Attica. The most important projects are construction of a 3 or 4-track line between Roof and Ska stations, electrification of lines between Piraeus and Ska, installation of signaling on lines between Piraeus and Ska, construction of 10 passenger platforms and 1 through track at Athens Central Station, construction of new stations at Tavros, Pyrgos Vasilisis, Lyko Trippa and Zevkalasio. As of April 2011, introduction of new and more frequent services is mainly hindered by limited line capacity between Roof and Skar, and limited availability of diesel rolling stock for the non-electrified line. Section Piraeus A number of new stations and halts are under construction on this line, and they shall be served by Proastiakos trains. Tavros, Athens. The station is extended with new platforms to serve future suburban services. Agioi and Argiawa. New 4-platform station served by mainline and suburban trains, plus a freight siding. The fast line platforms are already operational and are served by Proastiakos and Athens Chalkis trains. The slow lines are under construction. Piraeus Vassilisis shall open after the slow lines between Agioi and Argiawa and Skar are operational. Lyko Trippa shall open after the slow lines between Agioi and Argiawa and Skar are operational. Athens Railway Centre. The station is partly open since the 5th of April 2011. Extensive work is still required to finish the first phase of the complex. Section Skar Koropi Lavrio. The extension to Lavrio will mostly follow the alignment of the old Athens to Lavrio metric gauge line, which closed to passengers in 1957 and to goods in 1962. Most of the old alignment is still intact, and several bridges, all station buildings as well as the tracks themselves on many locations are still in situ, but will need to be replaced as they were designed for a single metric gauge line, while the new one will be standard gauge and double track for most of its length. The new line will branch off the airport line just beyond Koropi station. New stations will be built at Markopoulo, Kalovia, Kouvaras, Karatia, Amphitrope, Thoriko, Lavrio, Port of Lavrio, at or near the same site as the predecessors, the buildings of which most of them listed structures will hopefully be preserved. The line will be electrified from the outset. Section Skar Paliani. Rafina. Future services to Rafina will be on new lines, currently under consideration. The line to Rafina shall branch off after Paliani station and will partly run on the central reservation of the Hymettus Ring Road. The stations will be Pikami, Kali Technopoli, Rafina. Section Skar Corinth, Kiato, Xylocastro, Loutraki. The existing line to Kiato is being extended to Xylocastro, which shall be the final destination of suburban trains. A branch line to Loutraki is under consideration but is delayed due to reactions by the local authority. Zafiri. A new station planned to serve a future sports center, if built in the area. Xylocastro. Extension to Xylocastro is under construction. Loutraki branch. Ismos Loutraki.